What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, back again with another playthrough video. This time, the brand new raid boss, the Clash Big Emperor, or the Docking Straw Hats, is finally here on Global. In this video, we're going to be going through 3 separate teams that I have for you guys, all very, very simple. Like, this raid is honestly one of the easiest raid bosses we've had in a very long time. It's a very, very easy raid. You can even double buggy the 40 stamina version of this raid. Like, it's that easy. But before we get into talking about the raid itself, I want to actually go ahead and talk about the unit itself, which is going to be the Docking Straw Hats, wherever they may be. There they are. Okay, so Docking Straw Hats, Big Emperor as they are titled in the game, are a Dex shooter free spirit character, max level 99 with limit break, over 3000 HP is pretty good, 1338 attack, 240 recovery. The attack and recovery are a little low for my personal liking, but the HP is very, very good. Their captain ability will boost shooter characters' attack by 2.5 times, as well as giving them a 1.2 times HP boost, and will also boost their attack by 2.75 times instead when you use the special ability of this character, which is it is what it is. The unit isn't really like overly amazing, and it's kind of good that the raid is easy considering how poor designed I'd say this character kind of is. But in terms of their special ability, they'll go ahead and slightly increase damage taken for 2 turns, which is not really that good, but it will go ahead and give your shooter characters a 1.75 times orb boost for 2 turns, and if the crew hits 5 perfects during the turn you activate the special, then shooter characters will get matching orbs in the following turn. The only thing is it doesn't get rid of block orbs still. It's not very well designed, because the way that it works is if you use this on like a stage 4 and you carry it into the final boss room, if the final boss has a preemptive attack, you don't even keep the orb boost. Like, it's ridiculous. It should have at least been a 3-turn orb boost, then this character actually would have probably seen play. The only way that this would only see play, really, is if you have some sort of larger orb boost to use in the final boss stage. But this is still nice. You can get some matching orbs. Then again, doesn't get rid of block orbs, which is, it's definitely a missed opportunity there. But in terms of their crewmate abilities, they will go ahead and make their own strength and quick orbs beneficial to themselves, and also will make shooter characters' tandem orbs be beneficial as well. That's actually not a terrible sailor ability at all. That's actually really, really good. They actually have Enrage, which is 150 additional attack, and barrier penetration. If you're above 50%, they'll bypass all barriers, which is not bad. They also have a support ability for shooter characters, adds 5% of their base HP, which is not too bad considering this character has a lot of HP, but there aren't too many circumstances where you only need HP. Typically, attack boosting support abilities are the best ones, in terms of stat boost anyway. But the really interesting thing here is the form of evolution for this character. So you actually end up dropping the actual Straw Hat characters in their dual forms. They're not dual units, of course, but you'll see that you drop these characters. Now, the way to evolve them is you actually need one of each of these copies to drop from this raid boss in order to evolve it into the evolved version of Docking Straw Hats. So obviously, as I said here, we've got the Usopp and Robin, we have a Frankie and Chopper, and we also have a Zoro and Sanji. Obviously, these characters are pretty useless. They don't have a captain ability, they don't have a special ability. The only thing is you cannot use these characters to max the special of the raid boss unit. You can use them for sockets, you can use them for limit break abilities, you can use them for support abilities, which is good, but you can't use them to max the special. Now, the thing you need to max their special is actually skill books. And do I have any copies of the skill books? I do. Yeah, I've got 32 copies of the skill books right now. You actually need to drop these skill books in the middle of this raid boss to actually feed to the final boss unit to get the skill ups. It's really, really weird the way they've done it. It's very odd, but it is what it is, you know, that's it. We're going to leave it with this now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little introduction, but let's go ahead and start talking about the playthrough of the Big Emperor raid boss. So getting into this raid boss, the first thing you have to see on stage 1 is the main zombie character in the back row. Make sure to take him out on that first turn, because if you don't, he'll actually go ahead and enrage all the enemies, which means that stalling will be a little bit difficult if you are using a team that does stall. This first team you guys are seeing is an EXP team. Works extremely well, honestly. The thing is you can use double jack. Double jack is obviously the best way to go ahead and use this. Obviously, I don't have jack. but this worked really, really well, even though I didn't have him. If you have double Jack, you don't need to have Garp on this team. He could be replaced by another unit that removes Special Bind, because you need to make sure your specials are ready by the time you reach the final boss stage, and Special Bind is a thing in this raid boss dungeon. As we go into stage 4, we will discuss more about that, but yeah, on stage 4, all of the unevolved versions of the Big Emperor raid boss, being Frankie and Chopper, Zoro Sanji, and Robin Usopp, are all on that stage. The preemptive attack of stage 4 will give themselves 99 turns of full immunity, so you can't delay them, reduce their defense, or poison them. They'll apply 3 turns of Special Bind to all of your crewmates. Your captains are exempt of this, just your crewmates will be inflicted with 3 turns of Special Bind, and the Robin and Usopp character will actually have a 3-turn, 1-tap perfect barrier, so you have to obviously hit a perfect before you can start dealing damage to them. And also, if they are still alive up until turn 3, they're going to go ahead and swap your captain with one of your subunits for a certain amount of time. That's a little bit unfortunate. I don't really know how long they'll do the captain swap for, but they will do that after turn 3. And then eventually, when you end up taking down stage 4, you guys will be moving on to stage 5 against Big Emperor. Big Emperor has 3 million HP, and he has a very, very odd preemptive attack, where his preemptive attack will actually change depending on what color your captain is. So you guys will be seeing on the left-hand side of the screen, you know, it is a lot of text there, but only a small amount of that text applies to whichever team you are running. So if your captain is either Strength or Psi, he becomes a Dex unit. You get a full board of Block Orbs, but he doesn't change Recovery or Tandem Orbs, oddly enough. He also will give you 3 turns of Paralysis, he has 3 turns of % damage reduction, and he has a 500,000 HP barrier. If your captain is Dex, he becomes a quick character, you get Block Orbs, and he has a barrier once again. If you have a quick captain, he's going to become a strength unit, and he's going to apply damage threshold and damage reduction, so Legend Carrot is going to just absolutely dominate that. And also the Int captain. If you have an Int captain, he will become a Psi unit, and he'll apply 3 turns of Special Bind to your crewmates, and apply 3 turns of Paralysis. So all in all, basically, whatever team you run, he turns into the color that you're good against. So he's going to give you a little bit of an easier time in the fight. The only unit that actually won't get beneficial will be Psi captains, because it's either Strength or Psi, and he'll become a Dex unit. So the really good way around this is, if you're running a quick team, Legend Carrot is the best case scenario, because she gets through the damage threshold and the % damage reduction on stage 5. If you guys are running basically anything else, I would suggest bringing a unit that can change Block Orbs into matching. I would also suggest a unit that can get rid of Paralysis, and also a unit that can get rid of % damage reduction. Those are the types of units that you should really be looking for, as well as, remember, on stage 4, having a unit that can actually go ahead and remove the Special Bind will also be pretty useful as well. If they fall below half health, they're going to enrage, and if they fall below 20%, they'll go ahead and blow away 2 of your crewmates. But I believe they do it on attack. I'm not 100% sure when they activate these specific effects, because you guys will be seeing in the Big Mom team that I actually use, it's kind of weird because they get under 50%, but they don't activate the enrage, so it's a little bit confusing. But according to GameWave, that's apparently what happens, but it's really, really weird. But I know that under 20%, they will go ahead and blow away your crewmates. But either way, I'll leave you guys with that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. As I said, very, very straightforward raid boss, so get to farming it. You know, the unit itself, we already know they're not really that good, but remember, they are a 1.35 times point booster in the upcoming treasure map versus Doflamingo, so having a free-to-play unit being such a high point booster will be kind of nice to have. And they definitely are usable as captains. You could use them with Neo Duval, who's also a 1.35 times point booster, build like a free-to-play shooter team. Would honestly see some play. But anyways, I'll leave you guys with that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all of the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.
미안해.